In Korea, United Nations troops push on in the cautious advance against the communists. An advance whose purpose, General Ridgway states, is not to seize ground, but to wipe out the enemy. The Chinese Red Army, fighting desperately in small isolated stands, prefers to give ground on wider fronts rather than join battle. And it's up to the infantry to clear out the pockets of die-hard communists. With the enemy falling back to the Han River, United Nations commanders had expected that the Reds would make their...
So Earl, where did you grow up? What do you remember growing up? Before we talk about the war, did you grow up here in West Virginia?
No, Chesapeake, Ohio. And my grandparents raised me from 1 day old, graduated Chesapeake in 1948 with 23 girls and 22 boys. Well, I went in service in January the 15th, 53.
What did you know about the Korean War before you went into the service?
I know it was a dangerous war.
The Marines came back into action only recently from the Hungnam beachhead. Despite obstacles, United Nations forces drive on to the 38th parallel, border of North Korea.
When I got drafted, I was sent to Camp Polk, Louisiana for basic training. And I had 16 tough weeks of basic. And when I finished basic, I came home for 10 days.
You look like a fine young soldier man.
I tried to be one. The 45th Division, 180th, was on the front lines. And what happened, they lost all these men.